continuation with yesterday's session and 2 more days before that, right? This is the fourth lecture on quadratic equations. How are you guys doing? Are you all here? Hey Kalpit, hello Jagrati, hi Vijay, hello Archana. How are you guys doing? Yeah, so what we will be looking at today is one of the not most important, but then is one of the frequently tested question types. Yes, that is relating to maxima, minima, and we will also be looking at a few word problems that involve quadratic equations. Yeah. So are you guys ready for the session? Yes. Hi, Vibhor. Hello. You guys know what you would be requiring for the session. If you are new, we would need a book and a pen, of course, because you're not watching any show. Yes, we would be practicing. Yes, so the three steps of learning, we would be looking at the first step of learning, that is handheld learning, right? You will be told how to learn, right? I'll be telling you what is the information that you will have to grasp, the information that you will have to absorb. Yes, and then we will be doing handheld learning, and towards the end I would give you some questions as homework which you would do on your own, that is unsupervised learning. Yes, great. Hi guys, hi. Hey Prince Harsh. I'm doing great, Harsh. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much for asking. How are you doing? How is everyone else also doing? Hi Ram. Hi best friend, not mine though. Someone's. Hello Chandana. Hi Vaishnavi. Hey Parul, Khushbu, Ayushi, Jagrati, Vijay. Ha, wahi Vibhor. Exactly, right? So what we are ensuring is we cover every nook and corner of this particular concept. Yes. कि मतलब कहीं से भी अगर क्वेश्चन पूछ ले, we would be ready for it. Yes. So we are not only covering the land, right? We are covering the air, the water, in fact even underground, right? So we're covering everything. Yes, and we'd be looking at what kind of questions we would get, and ultimately we would have an approach ready for all of those, right? So we are getting ourselves prepared for the best case as well as the worst case. Yes, of course, Vibhor. Yes. Hi Beneath, good evening. Harsh, I'm so sorry, man. Today I was not able to, I was kind of held up with a lot of things happening right now. Yes. Again, that does not give me the reason to not respond to you guys. Yes, I know I am not obligated, but I like doing that, right? So I like talking with you guys. I like talking to people who come up with problems, people who come up with suggestions, right? A lot. Yes, I like that a lot. Yeah, but I was not able to find time for that, which I will ensure I will. Yes. Oh, Biswajit, hi Biswajit. He's from West Bengal. I hope everything's fine there in Kolkata. Yes. Before, of course, yes. I will, don't worry. Yeah, so if you are someone who does not know me, who has not, watched my videos or does not recognize the space, my name is Amit Surana. I am an aeronautical engineer from Chennai, and today is the day when this 5 years changes to 6 years, right? So I have completed my 6 years in the training industry. I don't know, congratulations to myself or whatever, right? And I've helped over 2 lakh students achieve everything that they've always aimed for. Yes, and I'm hoping all of y'all, every one of y'all who are watching this and alive as well as off the offline or off live, I don't know if that's a real word, right? So if you're watching it live and also after it, yes, I hope that your number also gets added to that. And I would love to know how your experience has been so far. Yes, although we were not together for 6 years, but then it actually kind of feels like that. Yes, And if you're planning on sharing this on any of your social media platforms, guys, please do not forget to use hashtag cat live daily. Do not forget to tag me on that. Yes, but importantly, use this hashtag, right? Use this hashtag. This has to, reach out to people who you think are in need of these sessions, right? You understand better that these sessions are not, specific to cat, right? Although we try to, narrow it down to that, but the kind of concepts we cover, the kind of questions we cover are, they fall under the same umbrella of cat, right? So anyone, right, any of your friends, relatives, helpers, anyone you think that will not be able to afford something, right, you can also suggest this to them, right? Do something good to the community, do something good to the people, yes. Let them know that this is happening. People who are appearing for their bank exams, people who are appearing for their sscs or whatever, right? You can always suggest them this, yes. In one way or the other, this will surely be helpful for them, and if it was helpful for them, they would automatically send regards to you, right? And ultimately all that dua, all that blessings would fall into my pocket, which in one way I'm kind of selfish also. Yeah. Right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. uh right, great, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. Of course, Hasi, of course. That's what I'm saying. I want your number, right? I want your number in this 2 lakh students, right? I want 2 plus to be added real soon. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, Harsh, thank you very much, buddy. Please go ahead and do that. Right. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's move on. Yes, let's move on. The 6 will not, help us crack cat, right? So let's go ahead with that. Yes. Today's agenda, ladies and gentlemen, we will be looking at what maxima and minima is, and we will be looking at how to identify maximum and minimum value, right? Although to do this, there are more than one methods, right? There are more than one methods, but keeping in mind that not everyone here is from an engineering background, assuming that you would probably not remember what derivation is, so we will not be touching that part. If you are interested and if you would want to learn more about finding out maxima, minima, and maximum and minimum value of a given function, yes, you can always join me on plus, right? So that there also we would be discussing how to identify maxima, minima, maximum value, minimum value using derivation also, right? Which, to be frank, is a little more simple, right? It's kind of simpler that way. So the choice is yours though, right? And we will be covering a lot of word problems also today, right? Word problems pertaining to quadratic equations. Yes. Great. So this is our agenda. I hope you guys are amped. I hope you guys are ready. Yes, we will be touching all of these today. But before that, if you haven't already joined our community, ladies and gentlemen, it is available on Telegram, right? We've almost crossed 600 people, which I am very glad, right? Because I've been seeing it since the number zero, and it has crossed 600, which makes me extremely happy. Yeah, so if you are not already a part of that community, please join this, right? A lot of information sharing would happen there, a lot of notifications would also be given there, right? And you can also find me on Telegram. You can, I'm one of the admins of this group. Yes, so you can also find me, and if you have any questions, any discussion you want to do, you want to check if your answers for the homework or practice questions are right, I'm open for all of it. And if you're planning on taking the Unacademy subscription, guys, I am planning on starting a course real soon, right? So if you want to, follow me there as well, where we would be, doing something similar, but then the environment would be completely different, and the entire feel of it would be, giving you the confidence of going ahead and cracking CAT, right? So if you also want to, have an experience, please consider taking the Unacademy subscription. If you use the code Surana Live, you will be given an extra 10% discount क्योंकि भाई का नाम लिया आप लोगों ने. Yes. Okay, भाई was a little too much, but then मेरा नाम लिया है, right? Okay. Right, getting back to business. Are you all ready, guys? Yes. Yeah. Okay, then let's begin talking about what maxima and minima is. Yes, so for that we would need to understand what parabolas are and how they work, right? So if it were a linear equation, right? If it were a linear equation, the reason why it's called linear is because it forms a straight line, right? It forms a straight line. Yes, so a linear equation on a graph, if you plot them on a graph, yes, they would they would end up, if you join all the points, they would end up becoming a straight line. Yes, but if you were to plot the points of a quadratic equation, yes, where the value of x would be with respect to the x-axis, and the value of y would be the value of the equation when x is substituted, right? You would not get a straight line, you would get a parabola. Yes. So when you get a parabola, there are two ways in which a parabola can open up. One is upwards and the other is downwards. And what decides that is the sign of a. Yes. So in the standard equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, right? For this particular function, yes, uh, where we don't equate it to 0 anymore, right? So y is equal to, yes, whatever value of x you keep substituting, right? Whatever value of x you keep substituting, the subsequent value of y, yes, would be the y-axis. Yes, would decide how far away from the origin towards the y-axis would you be pointing it out, right? Now, if the sign of a, right, if the sign of a is positive, yes, if the sign of a is positive, yes, then what would you get? You would get a parabola that is open upwards. Yes, that looks like this. Yeah, a parabola that opens upwards, which means what? There will be a minimum value, yes, but then the maximum value is endless, right? There's no way in which you can stop this parabola from going upwards. Yeah, so here in this case, yes, when you have a positive a, what would you end up getting? You would end up getting a minimum value. Yes, so there will be a minimum value, there's no bounds for the maximum value. Got it? Jeet, is there some issue with the audio? Others, can you quickly confirm if there's any issue with the audio? Anyone else also facing issues with the audio, guys? Quickly send in a yes or a no, so that if there's any changes to be made, we'd go ahead and do that. I think of what I've heard, the audio sounds pretty fine. All right, so what do we have here? When the parabola opens upwards, right, when the top of the parabola is open, yes, then you would have a minimum value. Yes, the minimum value attained here would be the minimum value of the function, right? So here this would be called the minimum value. Yes, where the y coordinate of this would be the minimum value, and this would become what? This would be called maxima or minima. In this case, it is what? Minima. Got it? Similarly, okay, all right. Then in that case, Jeet. Oh, okay, no issues, Jeet. Okay, then in that case, right? Okay, moving ahead. Right now, if you have the sign of the given equation, right? Sign of a in the given equation, if it is negative, yes, if the sign of a is negative, then in that case, what would you end up getting? You would end up getting a parabola that is facing downwards, right? Or it's open downwards. Yes, so if it is open downwards, then what do you understand? You understand that it will have a maximum value, right? The maximum it can go up is what would we would know. Yes, but we would not know the minimum value because it can keep going till negative infinity. Yes, so this particular part would be identified as the maximum value or maximum. Clear? Yes. Yeah, Shiv, I think everyone else is comfortable with the audio. Uh, I'm also, I'm talking louder than usual today. But if you still think there's some issue with it, I would seriously advise you to, plug into earphones. Yes. That way the noise pollution around you would also reduce. Yes, so you're doing something good for the environment also. Yeah, so do you get it, guys? Yes, do you understand? So when the sign of A is positive, the parabola would open upwards, ultimately giving us an extrema, right? The extreme value to be the minimum. Yes, the maximum value would not be known to us. On the other hand, if the sign of A is negative, that is if the parabola opens downwards, yes, then you would have a maximum value, yes, but then you would not have a minimum value, right? It cannot be defined because it would be endless. Got it? Yes, any confusions with understanding parabolas, guys? No? All right. Don't worry. If you are someone who's wondering, how would we solve equations using graphs, right? We will have a separate session for that. Do not worry about that. Yes. For now, don't let your focus shift from what we have in today's agenda, right? Okay. Now moving on, right? So this is something that we've understood, right? Now let's know what maxima and minima stand for, and what would be the maximum and minimum value, right? So the value of x, yes, the value of x when the function, right, or our y, yes, has the maximum or minimum value is called maxima or minima. Yes. So whenever f of x, yes, is at its maximum, yes, then the value of x, right, the value of x that helped us do that, yes, this becomes maxima. Got it? Similarly, on the other hand, what happens if the f of x's value or y's value, whatever you want to call it, right? We usually call it y, but anything that you want to call it, yes. If this is minimum, yes, the least value it could get, then in that case, whatever was the value substituted as x, right, that would become minimum. Got it? Yes. So that is maxima, minima, and maximum value and minimum value of a given expression. Yes. Right. Now let's look at, generally what we do is we derive, right? We find the derivation of the given expression. Yes. So if an expression is given to us, right, say y is given to us, yes. If I derive it once, right, I would get the value of maximum value or minimum value of the given expression. Yes, maximum or minimum value of the expression. Yes. Now if I derive it the second time, right, if I derive it the second time, I would end up getting what? The maxima value or the minimum. Got it? So if you are someone who's comfortable with derivation, then I would suggest you to stick to this. Otherwise there is a very predefined formula for it, right? There's a predefined method of finding out maxima and minima and maximum and minimum value. Yes, which is here. So if you were to find out maxima or minima, right, the first thing that you have to look at is the sign of A. Yes. So after confirming with the sign of A, yes, whether it's positive or negative, if it's positive, you will have a minima. If it's negative, you will have a maxima. Correct? Negative maxima, positive A would give us minima. Yes. Clear? Now how would you find that out, right? How would you find that out? Yes. So if you are looking for what maxima and minima is, yes, then x, that's the maxima or minima, right? The value of x, yes, would be what? Minus b over 2a, where this comes from where? The standard form of the equation. Yes, that is what? Standard form of any quadratic expression. Got it? So if this is the quadratic expression given to you, yes, then minus b by 2a, right? Minus b by 2a would give you the maxima or minima value depending upon the sign of a. Yes. And if you are someone who's looking for, or if a question is suggesting you to find out the maximum or the minimum value of a given expression, yes, if they give you an expression and they ask you what would be the maximum or minimum value of the expression, yes, then to find that out, again, you will get a maximum value only for a negative a, and you would get a minimum value for a positive a. Yes. So how would you find it? You would use y is equal to, right? You would use y is equal to 4ac minus b square by 4a. Yes. 4ac minus b square by 4a, right? So you find this out, you would get the value of y, where the value of y is either maximum for a negative a and minimum for a positive a. Yes. Yeah, guys. So do we have any questions or any confusions with this? Anyone? None? Great, superb, guys. Yeah, so now obviously we have learned something, we have absorbed it, right? What's the next step? To try it out, right? To try it out and check if what we've said actually works out or not. Yes. So what are we going to do? We are quickly going to try this out. Yes, let's try this out. Yes. Here is a question for you. Yeah. On the screen, ladies and gentlemen, is a question for you. They're asking what? Find the maxima or minima and the maximum or minimum value of the expression, that is 3x square plus 7x minus 2. Yes. So here what you would go ahead with, first you would always check for what? The sign of a, right? What is the sign of a? Here it is positive, which means what would we get? We would get a minima and we would get the minimum value of y. Correct? Yes. Super. So now the first thing that we have to identify is what? The minima. Yes, so we have a minima and we will have the minimum value to this expression. Yes. How do you identify minima, guys? Minus b by 2a, right? Correct. Minus b by 2a. Yeah, so you identify the value of minima. Yes, which is what? X would be equal to minus b over 2a. In this case, what's minus b? 7. So minus 7 over 2 times a, that is how much? 3 times 2, 6. Yes. So what is my minima value now? Minus 7 by 6. Yes, I can go ahead and identify the minimum value of the expression, but I would rather want to eliminate some answer choices before I do that. Yes. So what would I eliminate? What can I eliminate from these answer choices, guys? Quickly. I can't have 7 by 12 as my minima. Can't have positive 7 by 6 as my minima, right? So I have two answer choices left, A and D, which means I will have to, identify the value of y also, right? Minimum value of y. Yes. Superb, Jhansi. Great. Superb. Yes. So what is the minimum value of a, y, or how would you find out the minimum value of y? Yes, you would do what? 4ac minus b square by 4a. Yes. So what's 4 times AC? Yes, this is A. You will, if you think you are someone who can get easily confused, yes, label these, right? Label these if you think you are someone who gets easily confused with this. Yes. So 4 times AC would be how much? 4 times 6, that's 24, minus what is B square? 7 square, that is 49, over 4 times A, which is 12. Yes. So this would give us what? This would give us what? Okay, so here what would you have to keep in mind? What went wrong here, guys? Yes. So when I said AC, I did not include what? The negative of C, right? The sign is a part of it. Yes. Which means this would be minus 24 minus 49. Yeah. So by the common mistake, if I had not considered this minus, I would have gotten what? Minus 25 by 12. So anyone who said A were a victim of a calculation error. Yes, so anyone who said A, I am very sorry for you guys. Yes, what you will have to keep in mind is when you consider C, you will have to make it a part, you will have to make the sign a part of it. Yes, so minus 24 minus 49 is how much? Minus 73 over 12. Yes, which of these answer choices got it? Option B has it. Yes. So what's my answer? Option B. This means when x is at minus 7 by 6, yes, that's when the entire expression would be at its minimum, that is minus 73 by 12. Got it? Yes. So everyone who said B, very good, guys, very good. Yes, in fact, all of you all said B. Very good. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Yeah. So what we have done is we've learned, right? We've learned how to identify maximum, minima, and the maximum and minimum value, right? You could also derive this, right? You could also derive this, since this is not a very complex expression. Derivation would also be simple, yes, but we'd probably not be doing that here. Yes. Okay, so derivation would be even simpler, right? You would not have to remember any of this. Yes. Okay, try this out real quick, guys. Try this out real quick. Again, they're asking for what? Maximum or minimum value, and the value when x would be at one of those. Yes. And the expression is given to us 2x minus 7 minus 5x squared. Identify the answer real quick, guys. Quick. What would be the answer to my question? What would be the value of y? Also, what would be the value of x at maximum or minimum? Yes. So here guys, you will have to keep in mind, right? You will have to keep in mind that you get the actual values of a, b and c, including their signs. If you think this is confusing, yes, I would totally suggest it is okay to rewrite the expression. Yes, this would be what? Minus 5x squared minus sorry, plus 2x minus 7. Yes, this is the expression. Now what would you get? What is the sign of a, guys? What is the sign of a? Positive or negative? Negative in this case, right? Which means you will get a maxima and a maximum value of this expression. Yes. Vibhor says the answer is B. Rakesh says it's B. Khushbu also says it's B. Very nice, guys. Very nice. Yes. So here what happens? What happens here now? Yes. Quickly go ahead. Use the expressions that we've learned, right? What is x? X is minus b by 2a. In this case, minus b. So b is 2, which means minus 2 by 2a is minus 10, which gives us what? 1 by 5. So my maxima value is 1 by 5. I can eliminate D. I can eliminate C. Yes. So between A and B would be my answer. Yes. Always remember, guys, before you could go ahead to the next step, right? Eliminate as many wrong answer choices as you can. Sometimes it may so happen that, one of these answer choices, all three answer choices, so out of four, three answer choices would turn out to be wrong. Luckily, your answer would be correct. Yes. Got it. So a smarter way of dealing with this question, using, keeping in mind these are the answer choices, right? You should have actually directly gone for the value of y. Yes, you should have directly gone for the maximum value y. Look at this. All the values of y are different. Yes. So you didn't have to do this one extra step. Yeah. So always keep in mind, guys, before you could go ahead and come up with the answer, yes, always analyze the given answer choices also. Yes. So what is y? 4ac minus b squared over 4a, which is what? 4 times ac, that is 35 times 4, which is 140. Yes, it would be positive, right? Minus minus plus. Yes, 140 minus b squared, which is 2 squared, that's 4, over 4 times a, that is minus 20. Yes, so you would get what? 136 by minus 20. Yes, 1 or minus 136 by 20, which is nothing but, if you divide it by 5, you would get what? Yes, minus 34 over 5. So what is my answer? Option B is the correct answer to this question, and option A is wrong. Clear? Yes. So had you directly gone for this, right? If this was your first step, yes, then you would have done what? You would have gotten the answer right away. Yeah. And that is what would happen when you use derivatives, right? So when you derive this, right? When you take the derivation of this, what would happen? You would first do the first derivation of it. So you will get the value of y directly. Got it? Yes. Right. Anyway, now that we are very comfortable with, this particular method, right? Sticking to the given equation, or sticking to the given form of maximum, minima, and maximum and minimum value. Yes. This would be your first homework for the day, guys. Yes. First homework question for the day. Today is 5th of June. Yes. 5th of June 2020. Yes. Go ahead and take this question down. Take a screenshot of this. Yes, I would love to discuss the answers with you. Yes. Do not already send in the answers, right? Don't spoil this for others. Yes, if you've gotten the answer, even now, if you've gotten the answer, quickly send it to me on Telegram or Instagram, right? Don't send it here, because there are people who actually take this very religiously, very seriously. Yes. So yeah, I would really appreciate if you don't send in the answer here, but instead send it to me on Instagram, send it to me on Telegram. I am way more than happy to appreciate you there also. Yes. Ganraj, what are the subjects? So when you mean subjects, I don't know. I am in 20th. Uh, I don't know what you are asking, Ganraj. I would appreciate if you were a little more clear. Yes. Hi, Hemant. Shubh Sandhya to you as well. Yes. Okay, so now guys, now what we have done, right? What we have done is we have checked out. Yes, we are done with two of the agendas for the day, right? We've looked at maxima, minima, and we've also looked at how to find out the maximum and the minimum value of the given expression. Yes, mind you guys, mind you, the formula that was given is specific to only quadratic equations. Yes, specific only to quadratic equations. If you have equations of higher degree, if you have functions of higher degree, yes, cubic or more than that, and in that case, then in that case you will have to resort to derivation only. Yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Vibhor. Yes, so this one is for us successfully, covering maxima, minima. Yes, cheers to all of you. Uh, People in Gujarat, Jharkhand, I hope you guys are doing well. Yes, I've seen the news. There were not many casualties or not much loss of property as well. But still, guys, yes, please take care of yourselves. Yes, it's very important that you take care of yourselves and your environment also, because if one of these things, right, if one of these things don't be stable throughout, right, at least till your cat, yes, all these efforts that you're putting in could actually turn out to go in vain. Yes. So instead, while you are preparing for all of this, also keep in mind that your health also matters, right? So cheers to all of your health. Great. Hi, Fact Tech. Yes, guys. Great. Cheers to all of you, right? Okay. So now let's get into word problems, right? Let's get into word problems. Word problems would have, probably real life scenarios given to you. Yes, there will be real life scenarios given to you. But after you convert the given situation, right? After you convert the given situation in mathematical expressions, yes, you will end up getting what? You will end up getting something of a quadratic equation. Yes, in most cases you will end up getting a quadratic equation with single variable only. Yes, if there are more than one variables involved, right, if there are more than one variables involved, then you will first have to, before forming a quadratic equation with multiple variables, you will first have to work with what? Finding the ratio between the two variables. Got it? You will have to first find out the ratio of the two variables and then go ahead with this. Yes, all the standard rules of word problems would apply here. Yes, that is, read the entire question. Yes, entire question would play an important role here. Yes, every single word would matter, although some could be deemed as trivial later. So after you've read the entire question, then you can deem it as trivial as or as unimportant. But before that, before reading the entire question and having an approach in your mind, do not let go of any of the words in the question. Yes, and please remember, guys, do not read a question more than once, right? So stick to reading a question just once. Yes. hardwire yourself in such a way, yes, program yourself in such a way that when you read something once, you are able to understand what is given. Yes. And when you're done reading it once, yes, at the same time you have to take down, right? You will have to take down the given information. Yes. So given information needs to be taken down immediately, which basically gives us what? Yes, whatever information is given to us, right? Given information, yes, versus what is expected of us should be identified immediately, right? Given information and expected information should be differentiated immediately. Otherwise you will get involved in calculations, in equations in the given scenario. You would forget what the question has asked for. Yes, clear? Yeah. Okay, great. Let's try out a problem. Yes, let's try out the first problem here that we have. Yes, I'm going to give you some time. Read the entire question. Yes, read the entire question and then give me the answer. Yes. Jeet, yes. Tomorrow also, yes, we will have quadratic equations only. Yeah. Yeah. So anyone with the answer? Anyone here with the answer? Yes. The only extra time consuming thing here with word problems is the translation. Yes, you translating the given information into mathematical expression. Yes, that is English to math. Yes, English to math. Yes, this conversion, this translation would probably be the longest thing that you would have to deal with when it comes to word problems. Yes, after we are here, after we've reached here, right, after we've handed over the baton to uh, to Usain Bolt, right, then there's no stopping to you. Yes. So here, what would be the answer, guys? What do you think is the answer? Please read the question carefully, right? Do not end up missing anything from the question. Yes. So they've given what? Three consecutive even numbers are the lengths of each side of a right angle triangle. Yes. So there is a right angle triangle. Yes. And the sides are what? Three consecutive even numbers. Yes. Which means what? These are all integral values. Yes, since these are lengths of something physical, they have to be positive. Yes, so they have to be positive, they have to be integers, and they have to be what? Even. That is, yeah, the remainder when divided by 2 should be equal to 0, right? However you want to express it, right? Or just write even, however, whatever helps you get the answer. What are they given here? What have they asked for us? So this is the given information. Yes, what have they asked? Length of the hypotenuse. Yes, so we need to find how long the hypotenuse is. Yes, the hypotenuse is asked here. Got it? Now let's go ahead and see how we would deal with this, right? A lot of you have given the answer. Very nice, guys. Very nice. Yes. Kalpit, you might want to check your answer. Yes, but everyone else's answer is on point. Yes, superb, guys. Great job. Yeah, so if you think it's difficult for you to imagine or visualize the given scenario, right, immediately have a visual aid. Yes, this will probably take up 2 or 3 extra seconds, right, for you to immediately draw a right angle triangle. Yes, but this will help you do what? This will help you get the image right. Yes, so what do we have? Three consecutive even numbers, right? Which means if this is x, right, if the length here is x, then what would this be? X plus 2, or the other way around, whichever way, right? The two sides would be x and x plus 2. Ultimately our hypotenuse would be what? X plus 4. Yes, alternatively I can also do this, right? I can consider this as x. Yes, so one of this would be x minus 2, the other would be x minus 4. Yes, but since I am someone who would not want to involve negatives, yes, I'm not going to do that. Yes, if we use this x minus 2 and x plus x minus 4, right, we would immediately get what? We would immediately get the hypotenuse, right? We not have to do an extra step, but then it's still okay, right? It's still okay to go ahead with this. Yes, So now let's make the equation. Now the reason why they have given us as right angled triangle is to point out towards what? The moment you see a right angle triangle, or you hear about a right angle triangle, what is the one name that comes in your mind? Yes, every time a right angle triangle is drawn, right, there'd be one kind of old currently dead dude, yes, with long white beard, yes, probably Greek. Anyone? What name would come to your mind when you see the terms right angled triangle? Quick guys, who can answer this? What person's name comes to your mind when you see a right angle triangle? Who can answer that? Yes, old dude, silver hair, probably as depicted in most of the images. Yes, who can answer this? Yeah, exactly, guys. Yes, Pythagoras. Yes. So what we would be using here is the Pythagorean theorem. Yes, based on the Pythagorean theorem, what do we know? We know that the hypotenuse, that is c square, will be equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Yes, correct. So what would we get here if we substitute these given expressions? So hypotenuse is x plus 4 the whole square. This should be equal to what? X square plus x plus 2 the whole square. Yes, correct. Superb, guys. Superb. Yes, correct. Correct, Shiv. Yes. Call him Dada. Yes, if at all he helps you, right? He's actually made a lot of things very simple for us at the same time. Created some problems also. Anyway, so let's quickly expand this. What we would get: x squared plus 8x plus 16 should be equal to x squared. Now the reason why there are two x squared is because we want this to remain as an quadratic equation, right? So x plus 2 the whole square would be what? X square plus 4x plus 4. Yes. So what do you get here? X squared would get cancelled out. Yes, you would have what? X squared minus 4x. Yes, x squared minus 4x minus 12 would be equal to 0. Yes. So now you have what? You have a quadratic expression in front of you, right? A quadratic equation in front of you, right? Now there are three ways to go about this, right? Three ways to go about this. Yes. Way number one is to use the quadratic formula, right? Minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac. Yes, under root all of this by 2a. Yes, I could either use this. Number two, yes, the second way would be what? To factorize. Yes, so I can factorize the given constant. Yes, and identify the roots. The third way would be what? Reverse engineering. Yes, so if we reverse engineering this question out, right? So if we use reverse engineering here in this question, what we would get of these three, right? 12, 10, and 6. These are what? X plus 4, correct? These are the values of the hypotenuse, which means what would be the values of X? This would be 8, this would be 6, yes, and this would be 2. Yes. So I'll have to substitute one of these and check. Yes. Now, if you remember, once I had told you, right, whenever you reverse engineering something, right, whenever you go from the answer into the question, right, or do not start from the top, do not start from the bottom unless and until you have solid reasons to go for that, right? Always go with what? The middle. Yes. Always go with what? The middle. Yes. Uh, Divya, are you really sure? Are you sure? I don't think what you're saying is right. Please check the expression. Yes. Yeah, so here if I substitute 6, what would I get? I would get 36 minus 24 minus 12 should be equal to 0. That is 36 minus 36 is equal to 0. Yes. So I have what? I have my answer. Yes, this is my answer. Done. Yeah. So what I have chosen, right? What I've chosen is not using the quadratic equation, right? So this should be the priority also, right? In most cases this should also be the priority. Wherever possible, resort to reverse engineering. If you think reverse engineering does not fit in, right? If you think reverse engineering does not fit in, then you would do what? You would factorize. Yes. If factorization also doesn't work, the last thing you would go for is the quadratic formula. Yes. Shreya, not option C. No, 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 not option C. Option C says the hypotenuse is 6, which means the length of the smaller side would be 2. If I substitute 2 here, right? If I substitute 2 here, I get a negative value. No, that's wrong. Yes, got it. Mm, right. So are we done with this question? Yes. Very nice question. Very direct also. Yes. How about we do one more, right? Let's do one more. Let's check if we have, kind of mastered the art of converting given, uh, you know, English question into something that's easy for us to deal with. Yes. So here is my second question. Yeah. Quickly try this out. Let's see if you can answer this real soon. Yes. So what is given here? The question, whenever you see the question is long, right? In most cases when a question is long, it actually has a lot of trivial information. Yes. So read the entire question, of course, read the entire question, but then focus on what? The most important things, right? So there's a garden that measures 8 meters by 7 meters. Yes. And it is to have a pedestrian pathway installed all around it. Yeah. So what do we have? We have a garden, right? That is what? 8 cross 7 in terms of meters, right? 8 meters, 7 meters. Now they have what? They have a pedestrian pathway, right? A pedestrian pathway means what? Another rectangle surrounding it. Yes, but this would be the pedestrian pathway. The transparent area is the pedestrian pathway, right? So here they're asking for the width of the pedestrian pathway, which means this would be the unknown. Yes, so this is the unknown. This is what? X. So if you see along the breadth, two x's are added. Along the length, right? Along the length, what happens? Two x's are added. Yes. What happens when this is done? What happens when this is done? The total area increases to 182 square meters, right? The total area becomes 182 square meters. Yes. So the new area, right? The new area is what? 182 square meters. Yes. So let's call it A2. That is 182 square meters. Yes. Now what do we know? If the total area is 182 square meters, we know this is a rectangle, right? We know this is a short rectangle. Yes. So what is the area of a rectangle? Can anyone say this? Area of a rectangle? Length cross the breadth. Yes, of course. So what would be the area here? What is the length? Look at the length. It is 8 plus x plus x. Yes, which means 2x plus 8 would be the length. Yeah. How about the breadth, guys? What would be the breadth here? Again, 7 and 2x's. Yes, which means 2x plus 7 would be the breadth. What do we know about the new area? The new area is what? 182. Yes. So now you have a quadratic equation right in front of you. Quickly go ahead, solve this. Give me what answer you get. Kalpit says the answer is C. Okay, Kalpit, you might want to check that. Probably some issue with the calculation. Yes. Vibhor says it's A. Okay. Abhishek says it is. Acha, Abhishek is giving the areas formula. Okay, length into breadth. Of course, Abhishek. Thank you so much, buddy. Yes, quick, guys, quick. Solve this up. Yes. What answer would you get here? Wherever possible, right? Wherever possible, again, please consider what? The answer choices, right? Please consider the answer choices, right? So here, if you want, there are two ways to deal with this, right? One, go with the quadratic equation, or two, don't do it. Yes. So if we convert this into a quadratic equation, what we would get is an equation that has 4x squared, yes, plus 14x and 16x, that is plus 30x, yes, plus 56. This should be equal to 182. Yes, which means 4x squared plus 30x minus, yes, 182 minus 56 you have to do. So 182 minus 60 is 122. Plus 4 would be 126. Yes, this should be equal to 0. Yeah. Now, if you want, you can identify again, right? Identify the value of x either using what? One of the three methods, right? Use the quadratic formula, use factorization, yes, or be smarter, use what? Reverse engineering. Yes. Yes, Vibhor, correct. Very nice. Yeah. So reverse engineering is what I think would be the best way out of here, right? In fact, you would not even have to come all the way here. You would have the answer here itself. Yes. So one of the four answers, right? A, B, C, or D should be my answer. Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'll quickly substitute the middle ones, right? Because I said that, and I'm going to abide by that. Let's quickly substitute the middle one, right? I would go with 2. Yes, 2 and 1. If 2 doesn't work, then 1 probably should be my answer, right? So I'm going to go with 2. Yes. So if this were 2, what we would get? 4 plus 8, 12. Yes, so this is me doing reverse engineering now, right? So 4, I'm going for 2. Yes, so 4 plus 8 is 12 into what we would get here? 4 plus 7, that is 11. Yes, I know 12 times 11 is not 182. Instead, it is 132. Yes, this basically means what? The value is 2 less. Yes, the value we assumed is 2 less. The only thing left is what? A. This has to be my answer. Yes. So do you see how choosing one of the middle terms, right? Choosing one of the middle terms can actually fetch you an answer in less than 2 steps. Yes. So what would be my answer? 3. Yeah, I can quickly go ahead and check it also. Yes, if I check it, what would I get? Yes, 6 plus 8 is 14 times 6 plus 7 is 13, right? So 14 times 13 I have to do. The fastest way to do this would be what? 13 square plus 13, that is 169 plus 13 is equal to 182, and I have a good to go. This is my correct answer, verified also. Yes. But guys, this is a shortcut, right? This is a shortcut. If you want to stick to the traditional ways of answering this, yes, then what would I suggest is factorize minus 126. You can actually reduce this also. Reduce this equation, divide everything by 2, you would get what? 2x squared. Yes, divide everything by 2, you would get 2x squared plus 15x minus 63 is equal to 0. Yes. So you would need factors whose product is, minus 126 and the sum is 30. Yes. Yeah. Superb, guys. Superb. Great job. Great job, guys. Yes. Anyone who said the answer is option A, 3. Amazing work what you've done here, right? Amazing work. Yes. This on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, is the second homework, right? Second homework for the day. Yes, today is still, okay, today is still 5th June. Yes, it hasn't changed anymore. Yes, this is the second homework for 5th June 2020. Quickly take a screenshot. Yes, this is a question that deals with time, speed, and distance, right? Especially effective speed. Yes. So to be able to answer this very effectively, you need to be strong with boths and streams. Yes. Got it? Yes. So this is the second homework. Quick screenshot, guys. Here on the screen is the third homework. Yes, homework number 3 again for 5th June. I don't know why am I writing the date, because this is, in digital, you can see this any day, but still, yeah, makes me feel comfortable, right? 5th June 2020, third homework. Yes, this has something to do with numbers. Yeah, numbers. Yes, although the answer choices are incorrect. Yeah, avoid the answer choices. Yes, avoid the answer choices for this question. Yes, this is my third homework. Yes, and here on the screen, guys, is the fourth homework, right? This is one of those uh, 3-star questions, right? Or at least 2-star questions. Yes, so this is the fourth question for today. I would really want you to try these questions out and let me know what answers you've gotten, right? So cheers to today's learning, cheers to today's knowledge that we have gained. Yes, and cheers to everyone who has made this possible. Yes, cheers to all of you. Thank you very much, guys, for being a part of this session. Yes, if you haven't already joined the group, yes, please go ahead and do that. You can also contact me on Telegram or Instagram. Yes, you know what my ID is. It is Surana Live. Yes, the Unacademy subscription, guys, the plus is the best place right now where effective learning is happening. Yes, please take up the plus subscription, because that is what will enable you to have a more narrowed down path with respect to your preparation. Yes, if you have too many goals, right, if you have too many aims, if you are confused, if you have some ambiguity with respect to what you want to achieve, yes, then you would not be able to achieve, right? Because आपको थोड़ा यहाँ भागना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा वहां भागना पड़ेगा. You would think like, अच्छा मैं ये थोड़ा ये भी ले लूं, I would take a little bit of this also, right? मैं ये टेस्ट भी दे दूंगा, ये एग्जाम भी दे दूंगा, ये भी प्रिपेयर कर लूंगा, वो भी प्रिपेयर कर लूंगा. That's not possible, right? That way you would actually not reach anywhere, because ultimately you would stay in the same place only, right? And you would feel tired at the end of the day. So if you are looking for some focused learning, yes, the plus is where all of that would happen, right? So apart from the interaction जो हम यहाँ पे YouTube पे कर रहे हैं, right, live polls and leaderboards will help you understand where you are with respect to your competitors, right? And there's so many people who are already a part of plus, right, that you can actually compare your scores with the others, and this would ultimately be what a very good reflection of what you would see in your actual test also. Yes, the test series and analysis is commendable, right? There's no words I can tell about this, because the analysis is so pure, the analysis is so detailed, that you would identify where your weak areas. Yes, and the live doubt clearing sessions, ladies and gentlemen, is the cherry on the top, right? You have so much practice, you do so much practice, you try out so many different materials, different practice areas, or even from the questions that I give. If you have a doubt, all you have to do is upload the picture, and there will be a live doubt clearing session. Yes, which you would not get anywhere outside. Yes, so what would you have to do for this, guys? Go install the Unacademy's learning app. Yes, go for the plus for CAT. If you have any friends or relatives who are planning for other tests, also you can suggest them. Yes, you know that when you pay for this, right, you don't only pay for CAT, you pay for everything that falls under this umbrella, right? Under this big umbrella of CAT, right? Everything that falls under this you are covering, right? So we're talking about ZAT, we're talking about NMAT, we're talking about SNAP, we're talking about IIFT, we're talking about the smaller exams also, right? State level exams also, all the CETs that happen, right? Everything would be covered when you prepare for CAT. Yes, and it's not only CAT, what happens after that also will ensure that you get an admission in a good B school, right? So do not forget to do this, guys. Do not forget to share, like, subscribe. Yes, tell others this is happening. Do your part to the society. Yes, and do not forget to use my referral code Surana Live, which will fetch you an extra 10% discount. Yes, I'm hoping to see a lot of you on Plus. I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the same place, in the same channel. Yes, until then, thank you very much. Good night, guys. Have a great day ahead.